Doing all right. We are live. I'm actually trying out a new microphone setup. We're going to see if this sounds better. I don't know if it does. So everything is hit and miss with me lately because I'm setting up my whole room here. I would do something behind me, but this wall is actually going to be opened up eventually, and because that's where my power panel is. So, like usual, I have to readjust and adjust. But that's what life's all about. And yeah, hopefully the light's good. Good. All right. So, got my computer over here. Today, we are going to go through a few of the knives that I have online. Um, and, but that's real quick, actually. I have these on my Facebook. They're $40 a piece. These are Camillus knives. All right, Delaware handles, Remington, new in the box. They're about 40 years old. Um, you might want to grab these. I have about seven of them. They're in inventory. If you guys are interested, 40 bucks. It's to your door. You get a brand new USA made knife, lockback. That's pretty incredible. So you really want to probably take advantage of that. That's on my Facebook page. Just below here, I have links to my Facebook and my email address if you want to contact me that way. Below, we do have a junk drawer that we're going to go through. These are incredible. And, oh, some of the stuff's valuable. I have tons of these drawers. Like my knife collections, I also specialize in antiques, small antiques. If you've ever seen those big drawers uh, at the swap meets or whatever, and you have all those neat things, they usually have like dice, coins, maybe some, I don't know, tie clips, whatever, all kinds of neat things. It's like a collection of assortment of just stuff that used to be made very commonly and made in America. A lot of this stuff was made in New York. New York was a really big hub for a lot of cool stuff that America had. So we'll go through some of this cool stuff. That's going to be very shortly when we do that. Just below here, I have some incredible military knives that I'm eventually going to be putting up online. These are awesome. I don't know if I'm going to sell the entire um, collection as one or let people piece it because I have United States Marine Corps, I have US, I have United States Navy. Look at that. I might keep that one. I was in the Navy, right? So kind of cool. These are all metal Camillus made knives, and these again will be sold better price than new and made in America. These will be awesome. All right, so why don't we take a look at this junk drawer? And oh, I just picked out, just got one of my knives here out of the safe. And that's my Rockstead. If you guys are familiar with Rockstead, this is a $1,500 blade. And it's a specialized knife. It's a knife that's made in Japan. Comes in this nice presentation case. And it is, the handles are Stingray actually. It has a Stingray like recessed in there. So that's Stingray. Really pretty. Just incredible. I love this knife. I don't know if the sound is coming out very good. If you guys can give me a thumbs up, I don't know if you can hear me or not. But this has an incredible clip. Now wait until you guys see the blade on this thing. It is incredible. Let's see if we can get some more light on this section for you guys. I'm sure you guys would appreciate that. Look at that. Just beautiful. Great. Sounds good. I don't know if it sounds better than yesterday because yesterday I had the clip on mic. So I really appreciate that. And that is Miser HQ. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Check this knife out. Everybody loves this knife. Now, of course, it's a tactical blade. So I'm going to open it very carefully because Again, $1,500. Now, this blade is sandwiched, so it has three different types of metals that you're looking at here. So the interior one is extremely hard, and then the exterior ones, just like a samurai sword, are softer, giving it that durability and strength. Just beautiful. And the manufacturers of this knife, they actually have a video of them slicing through an entire phone book. For the generation that maybe doesn't know what a phone book is, a phone book was something that was about this big. Strongmen, when I was young, they would used to rip phone books in half, right, to show how strong they were. Magicians would do that also. Now, there was a trick to doing that, but what this company does is no trick. It is like a laser, just slices right through it. Just beautiful. You know I'm putting it back, right? All right, so the first thing we're going to be looking at in this junk drawer is some currency. And some currency that you guys have probably never seen before, unless you were in the military. So let's just take a look at some of this stuff. We're going to bring this down like so. All right. And let's set this up. Let's throw another piece of wood there. Nice. All right, so the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is this is a Japanese government peso. Check that out. And this was the monetary or the money system that was used um, with the occupation of Japan. So, Central Bank of Iraq. It gets a little bit more interesting when I flip this one over. There is Saddam Hussein. Kind of cool. Oh, this is to polish your shoes. That is a Howard Turtles. Now it's hardwood. It's got a piece of metal in there that's looks like recessed, and this is horsehair. They really made things back then to really last. Here's a belt buckle. In God We Trust. This is a actual silver dollar that's in the middle there. Kind of cool. What's this? Don't know what that is. Might figure it out later, right? So we'll put that to the side. All these knives over here I have actually for sale on my Facebook page. This is a brass whistle. Looks like actual cork. There's a piece of cork in there. Cork. Let's try it out. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry guys. Some kind of plug, some kind of brass plug, I'm imagining. Oh, and a magnifying glass. Very, very useful. And a antique marble. Oh man, I remember this. This is my old gold tooth. How's that for a gold tooth? Huh? Yeah, it's my old gold tooth. This is a Las Vegas dice. 357 H&H mag. Very large round. Some matches to the Villa Bass. Oh, an old calendar. Look at that. How cool is that? I guess you would turn it and adjust it accordingly. It's metal. Looks government. Camp Pendleton. Yep, it is government. Looks like something the government would come out with. How neat. It's an old tape measure. Got levers on it and stuff. Kind of different. Masters. Oh, this is from Japan. That's it's for your phone. You put that on your phone for decoration. Here's another opal. Another set of matches here. Some wire, resistance wire. Ear plugs. Oh, Magic Rocks. Now, Magic Rocks is my company. I actually have a company. And that's Magic Rocks. The rocks that grow in water. Wonder if it works here. It does. Cool, huh? Veterans of Foreign Wars, lifelong member. Yeah, that's a nice little knife. I should actually clean that up. Yeah, I'll clean that sucker up. Got some more dice here. So in California, we've gotten a lot of fires lately. These fires are just killing us. And we actually had a fire in the inland area, um, and they've had to evacuate close to 60,000 people. Um, yeah, it's been quite horrible. Um, but the weather across the United States is, in the 70s and 80s in the warm areas, so it's not quite winter yet. But even in Colorado, where they're getting snow, they're not really. It's not putting out the fires. Got some pennies, some Canadian pennies. Gum reinforced. Beads. Travel sickness, 50 milligrams for travel sickness. Wow. Interesting. Very neat. And this is the bullet that went in my dad's leg. He was shooting with one of his friends, and his friend decided to clear his gun by pulling the trigger. Another antique marble there. And something from Sears from a long time ago. And a bunch of keys. Keys or something else. It's some neat keys. Look at that. All right, well, that is the junk drawer. So, yeah, junk drawers are pretty neat. So, and some of these things are actually valuable. Um, but you need to go through these types of things. Something really popular is costume jewelry. So they'll do a lot of people come, especially to garage sales, and they'll want to buy all your costume jewelry. The individual pieces sell for a lot of money on eBay. So keys sell for a surprisingly amount sometimes also. So you want to pay attention to that also. Um, but yeah, this is really neat. You can kind of put all your keys on one little ring here. And yeah, so that's something I do need to organize. Um, Check out the big sword that I have on eBay right now. The going price for that currently right now, it's at $400. It's 406. So right now the bidding on this current model on eBay, if you look just below this video, you do have a link to my eBay listings. This one is at $400. Now, I do believe it's worth a little bit more than that. So we need to have more bidding on that. I can assure you that the handle on this thing is nice and tight. I can assure you that I'm good because I actually made this room with a ceiling a little bit higher so I can actually entertain the idea of um, YouTube videos. So you got an 11-foot ceiling in this particular area. So check this out. This is a really cool blade. You have two small notable chips. I noted that on the listing. And that, what does the chip look like? The chips look like that. See that? Really, really, really small. It really looks like something maybe that you would get yourself. I mean, if you were chopping a watermelon or doing something like that, if you hit a seed hard enough, it might chip your blade or something of that nature. But that's nothing that's going to damage the blade completely. The handle is nice and tight. The only thing that is a little bit loose is the copper wiring that's right here. And that's pretty standard, but it's not falling off. It doesn't need repair. It's just not brand new. If I was in the field, I wouldn't repair it. It's fine. And yeah, it's cool. Does not come with the original scabbard, but a nice chrome one, a very strong one. So if you're a reenactor, this is probably what you want. This nice chrome one um, is going to protect your blade really nicely and doesn't have any holes in it or rust or cosmoline or anything like that. So you have yourself an original blade with a nice chromed out fitting, nice and tight too. It's not like some of the actual quote unquote real ones. Look how nice that fits right there. It'll actually retain it. So how cool is that? Your original ones will probably not do that at all times because they're probably not original, most of them. They're probably just old, like the sword. So here you go. It's got a really nice leather washer in there too, just like a samurai sword, right? So, woo, man, this thing is awesome. Look at the size of that. Man, thing's awesome. So a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. So we just have so much. And then I also have this. These are one of my favorites. Again, this is your Mark I. This is the bayonet that went against the Japanese. And I'm going to show you why right now. If you guys can be a little bit patient here. All right, we are going to grab. Oh yeah, we are going to grab that. Okay, so to be historically accurate, the one I have for sale will sell for a very nice price. Check that out, huh? And it's got a nice taper there. See how that taper? It's just like a sword. Oh man, this is fun. These are great. If you want a survival knife, a camp knife, or whatever you want, this is at 140 bucks now. Look how thick that is. All right. I know eBay, people buy things a little bit less because they don't know the guy. It could be cracked or it's not. Okay, I'm an inspector. This thing's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's not collector grade. Collector grade would be something more or less like this, and then you're looking at 5 bills, if not more, man. So, I mean, you're not going to go out and have fun or use this one. And this comes with the other sheath. And that one's mine. All right, so why did we have such long bayonets? Why do we need something like this? Because everybody right now that's in the military is looking at me and going, I don't want to carry something like this. I don't want to have it dangling dangling off my leg. It's probably going to be used against me. I mean, if I want a machete, I'd get a machete, right? Um, well, yeah, it did double as a machete. Okay. We were going into places like Guam, but we were going up against the Japanese. Officers had samurai swords, and every soldier was issued one of these. And this was their bayonet. So, and this sucker is pretty cool. This one is a little bit thicker. It goes all. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably pick this one. When it comes to what's better attached, or maybe wouldn't affect, I don't know. This is a better knife, but this is thick all the way to the end. It is a true bayonet. It is not going to possibly snap on you like this thin one would at the tip. I don't know if these did snap, but that's what they were going against. So you could end up in a battle, and look at that. And look what the Japanese one has. So these suckers, the Japanese were swords makers. Now, this one did have a metal scabbard that I'm sure caused them issues, but it looks like it's built really good, so I don't know. It might be used as a tool too, so I don't know if they had the issues like maybe your Craig had, which would get bends and dents, and you wouldn't be able to get the knife back in, which would be a huge problem, guys. Okay. That'd be a huge problem if you cannot get your knife back in like that. Especially since these knives were not blacked out. See, that's the thing. Once we went over to Europe, they didn't want to talk to us. They did not want us to bring our shiny little bayonets. They did not want a company of 500 men walking in the moonlight with their 500 bayonets. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what this would look like? Yeah, this would be signaling any enemy aircraft where exactly to bomb. So when they came to Europe, we went to, not this one, this is probably what we came over there with the improved version. And they said, nope, 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 we don't want you here. Go, go. And we want yours to be black. So at first we painted them black, but then eventually they were issued blacked out, and then that would not attract the enemy aircraft. Don't really know if it did. This one's nice and thick. This one's actually been thickened up at the tip, and when they eventually shortened these, the ones that had the thicker fronts would be spear tip, and they'd take off the top 6 inches. Spear tip, and then the other one would be a clip because it was too thin for them to do the spear tip to shorten the blade. Why would they shorten the blade? Because something like this was not useful. We were becoming more reliant on our guns, right? Our firearms. We didn't want to carry something like this into battle. Before this, I mean, you want to see what we carried in the Civil War? Well, I just showed you the sword. But even if you were handling artillery, you were dealing with almost something that looked like a darn Roman sword. This is a Civil War foot sword, artillery foot sword. And this thing's heavy. I don't want to lug this thing around, right? We don't need that. We don't need to be lugging this. But at the time, you were more reliant on hand-to-hand combat. We were shortening up our blades. We were going to stuff like this, which would actually be that 6 inches that they removed when they started shortening them up. So they actually shortened them further when we got to more of our modern stuff that we're used to. This is a very nice one. I like the modern dagger. And I'm going to call it a dagger because I know you kind of get lost in the fact that this doesn't look like a dagger because it's kind of beat up. and I really enjoy this. It's a really good tool. It's really built nice and strong. But I really prefer, look at that beauty. Now this is pretty much Korean War, I believe. Yeah, this would be the Korean War issue with your large button. And it's not as nicely made, honestly, as this one, which if you look at the spine of the blade, it's rounded, which this one is a little bit, it's fashioned a little bit cheaper, kind of like more of a normal knife. But this is sometimes the stuff the government does is a little bit upgraded, and that round edge right there definitely upgrades the strength and the abilities of this knife, of this blade, for instance. But they of course didn't deem it. You could, you can use this edge for survival also, and debarking things, all kinds of stuff. So you do actually want a nice sharp edge there. And that's probably why, many reasons. It's cheaper to produce it like that, and it's more of a useful edge than the rounded, fancier, earlier versions. And so sometimes extra money doesn't really create a better product or a more useful product. Sometimes the more finished product is not as useful. So yep, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so far I got quite a few auctions. So we have the sword at 400, we have that other one at 150. We have quite a few days left on that. And then we also have my bulldog knife, which is at $62. And this one's absolutely gorgeous, and that's why. Now this is sell. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't like sell. Sell degasses and all that." Well, yeah, sell degasses if it's from like a long time ago, and this might also, but this was manufactured in 2005. So these are not having those issues, and cell is there's nothing more beautiful than that. Um, this, especially outside, this knife just illuminates, and it's just gorgeous. Now, what makes Bulldog's knives so special? Everyone's like, "What are Bulldog?" Well, they're German-made knives. I want American. I want a Moore maker. Dog go running. Well, these are German, and they're made with the old German blades. So that's why you get these really cool swedges, and also these really great half stops, and the great fit and finish of these blades. Check out that swedge on the top of that blade right there. You don't get that with a modern knife. If I could show you, even the Moore makers, I mean, you just don't get it. Or with maybe a knife that's maybe not upgraded. Let's say a standard knife, like this knife. What do you mean upgraded? Okay, this knife has a long nail nick, right? So that's an upgrade, right? But it doesn't have any swedges. No swedges. Kind of just standard cut, and they just sharpen the edge, right? Well, to put that swedge on there is another step, right? Boy, that thing's beautiful. That's a really nice knife. Very nice knife. I do have an older one too, first generation online also. This thing is so hefty. This is so cool. This thing could literally be a paperweight. If you want to, please go to eBay, check it out, open it up in a separate tab. You can listen to me in the background. But check out that green tobacco knife that I'm eBaying right now. Right now, that one is currently at an incredible $26. So you have a Bulldog that's at $26. This thing was made in 1986 when they first started. It's got the English Bulldog blades that are hammer forged. These are no punk. This is not the stuff that's currently made at maybe Case or whatever. These are incredible knives. It's got a heft to it. It's got these beautiful big back springs that are nice and beautiful and thick. It's got 3 incredible blades, really cool blades too. Really neat. This is a Canoe So it makes it really nice because it slips in and out of your pocket really nice. And being so heavy, it's kind of got this just this feeling to it. It's nice. It doesn't feel like a knife in there. It feels kind of like like just kind of like a little chunk of metal that you can kind of play with, fondle or whatever you want. I mean, that's what guys like. We don't want to wear stuff around our neck. I don't want to wear stuff around my wrist. I don't want to wear rings. I'm busy, but I like a knife. I like something that's maybe something I can fiddle with or whatever. I can get some task done. Something that's me. Something, you know, got a little personality. What knives do I carry? That is going to be a video for not tomorrow, but the next day. We're going to be doing a live video on my knife drawer. What's my rotation and why? Do I carry a $400 knife? Do I carry a $300 knife? Do I carry a tactical? What do I carry? That will be discussed, and I'm going to show you why I carry those, and that might save you guys some money. All right, because I know a lot of stuff is hype. All right, Gerber's got a lot of hype. Great advertising program. So some of their stuff is really good. All right, but that hype, you got to pay for that. There's some imaginary stuff that goes along with it. You know, like what a knife can offer you. So it's a lot of the older stuff is better. Better. Now, why is Moormaker so popular? As good, right? Why is GEC so popular? Better. Better, better, better. I remember when GEC first came out. I don't know if you guys are fans of GEC, but GEC is probably the best knife on the market when it comes to quality. And I just really enjoy the manufacture process. I've done the factory tour. I actually have a YouTube video on that if you search GEC factory tour. And that's where I purchased my entire collection. And my entire collection was an open house knives collection. I bought the entire case. It was an awesome experience. My heart was beating. They're beautiful. Back then their prices I think were in the 40s and the $50 range. Now those knives currently sell for about $400 to $500 a piece, and it's amazing. I was very lucky to get what I got, and we will also do a video on that GEC collection, and that will not be a live video, but a more detailed video, and that will be showing just more detailed because the GEC knives I have are really pretty. I want to really show them off, and if I can connect you guys with some good knives, let me know. I'm very proud to sell this knife. Just give me a heads up. I'm very proud of this current knife right here, this Bulldog that's on eBay. And I'm very excited to bring these to you guys. And that's going to be probably next week. And these all metal military knives, I'm just so happy that I can offer something like that. I have so many knives. I'm going to have inventories of Remington knives to offer you guys if you like. And then also the Camillus. I have some Westerns that are incredible. And then also, pretty soon, I'm going to whip out the Queen knives. I have Queen working number 49 knives. I have almost all the years. If you want to purchase all of them, you can. If you want to purchase individual, I will have those in stock for quite a while. That is one of the largest, I think it's 4.5-inch Stockmans. A 4.5-inch Stockman. Built to use an incredible knife. I think Queen made some of the best working knives next to Schrade. Schrade and Camillus really did. And that's why I love, again, I go back to this little lock back here I'm selling. Great knife. We're talking carbon steel blades, $40. That includes your shipping, $40. You could literally, you probably have $40 in your front pocket. So give me a call on that one. Send me a message. I'll send you one of those out. I've already sold quite a few of those, so I'm down to 4. I'm down to 4. I'm down to 4 on those, but that's fine. I might actually, like I said, sometimes hit or miss. It slows down. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions for me? You guys can make some comments. I'll address those. Um, if not, that's really all I got for today. Expect a video tomorrow hitting on probably these Camillus knives, I'm thinking, or probably the GEC collection. I'm not too sure what I want to do. The GEC collection, I have the book. I have the book. I know the author, the GEC book, and we will go over that. This book goes over production numbers. It goes over how and why they did what they did, where they came from. Where did GEC come from? Are these Case employees? Are they Queen employees? So there's just like everything out there in Pennsylvania, there is some drama to it. And we can discuss that. There is some drama in the knife world that you can't even talk about. It's like talking about politics. I think us having Trump and the current state of our situation in our politics allows us to laugh a little bit about the things we used to worry about. So take care. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And Doggo Running is out. Hasta la vista. Junk drawer is all over the place. My goodness. I always got to figure out how to close this out. It won't let me do it without removing